Wrecking Crew.
Here we go.
Here we go. Hello, heroes. There's been a riot at Rikers Island Penitentiary. The prisoners are loose and attempting escape. Among them are the Wrecking Crew. They broke free of their power inhibitors and overpowered the guards. We need you to intervene. Cool. All right. So up here, this one is a little bit different now with having 4 villains instead of just 1. So they still have the one main scheme, and if this main scheme is completed, then we lose the game. Starts with 0. We get only 1 threat on it each time, not 1 per person. And it has a threshold of 12 since we're doing 2 players. And the forced response after adding 1, after step 1 of the villain phase, place 1 threat on each side scheme, and move the active counter to the villain whose scheme has the most threat. And if there's a tie, the first player chooses. So the villain who's active, it will be the only one that actually activates against us, and that will change depending on their threat level.
Sure.
So it's, as of right now, it's going to end up starting with Wrecker. And whenever any of them scheme, they always put their threat on their side scheme instead of the main scheme. And they each have their own special attack activation too. So when Wrecker's attacking, he gets +2 attack if it's undefended. When Bulldozer is attacking, he gets overkill. So allies aren't going to be jumping in the way of his stuff. When Thunderball attacks, we deal a damage to each character we control. That's pretty awful.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, P-Note? Thank you for the subscription, my friend. 18 months. Hot dog. Twitch payouts. That's right. That's right. That's how we do. Pile Driver doesn't have anything when he attacks, but he has Retaliate 1, which is not so great also for allies. So their side schemes all kind of work in a similar way. They can't leave play while the villain is in play, so we have to defeat the villain, and then once we defeat one of them, they are basically eliminated from the game, including their side scheme. But when each of them hit 10 threat, then they trigger their ability. So bulldozers, after 10 threats placed here, then everybody must discard the top 10 cards from their deck.
Wow.
And then we remove all but 3 threat from this scheme, so it resets down to 3. Wrecker, after he gets 10, deal 2 damage to each friendly character. Ugh. There go the allies. Thunderstruck stuns each friendly character. And then Pilot-On will... each player discards the upgrade or support they control with the highest cost.
Dang.
Yeah. Brutal. So, kind of our strategy is sort of going to have to be mitigating the threat as to where it is at, so we can control who the active villain is going to be.
Sure.
They do have cards in their own decks that will cause other characters to activate, which is not so great. But we'll just have to
of course they would.
Take it as we can, yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
All right.
So I'm going for Scarlet Witch today because it's one of the decks that I had built. And
what aspect?
It was pretty good. Leadership.
Leadership, Scarlet Witch.
Yeah. What do you got going on today?
I'm keeping it basic, with the exception of 2 cards. I'm going with Wasp.
Okay.
But Aggression Wasp. So Precon, Aggression Wasp.
Okay.
But I did swap out Swarm Tactics because I knew I wasn't going to use it. And I popped in those two rifles that came with Rocket's deck. So
the old hand cannon?
The hand cannons that plus my attack.
Yeah.
3 times, 3 counters. So.
And overkill.
And overkill. So
Those
hopefully that plays a role here.
Yeah, those are pretty good.
Word.
Should say active counter on record. Yep. So there's no additional story on the breakout. Another unique thing about this scenario is that we don't use the standard encounter set, so there will not be any Shadows of the Past to bring in our Nemesis sets, and we don't have obligations shuffled in anywhere either. So all of our character-specific cards are all just out of the game for this one.
Kind of nice.
Yep.
But there's 4 of them and only 1 of us, so...
Yeah.
2 of us.
Okay.
I should probably deal my cards, huh?
Oh, this feels bad. Alright. Would you like to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Let me mulligan my hand here. When you use one of your hero's basics, change to your giant form and get 2+ for that use. Get rid of these, I think. And I think we're going to get rid of rapid growth. Let's try to search for that helmet. 1, 2, 3.
I totally was playing a card wrong that I'm just looking at and rereading now. And by I mean my buddy, because he was running this deck, but I looked at it and put it in the deck. Whoops. We were not able to do that. Alright. That's not as good of a card.
Doesn't matter who goes first here.
Okay. Then I'll go first. I will use Wanda's action to discard 2 cards from my hand, which is going to be Guardians of the Galaxy and Lockjaw, to draw 2 cards. Okay. Then I'm going to do Joining Forces for Agatha Harkness. As an alter ego action, I can exhaust her to look at the top 3 cards of my deck. I add 1 of them to my hand, place the rest on the bottom in any order. Avenger's Tower is going to my hand, and those 2 are going on the bottom. Okay, then we're going to flip. I'm going to do... Let's get some damage out, I think. Alright, so I'm going to pay 3 for Molecular Decay. I deal 5 damage to an enemy, and discard the top 2 cards of the encounter deck. For each boost icon discarded this way, deal 1 additional damage to that enemy.
Oh.
Who do we want to try to focus fire down first? Maybe Wrecker. He's got the most health.
Sure. Yeah, let's do it.
Alright. So I will attack 5 into Wrecker. So then I flip the top 2 cards of his deck, which are a 2 and a boost. I'm going to use Scarlet Witch's Chaos Control. Interrupt. When boost icons on an encounter card will be counted, discard the top card of the encounter deck, count the number of boost icons on that card instead. So I'm not going to use that one and use this one instead, which is also a star. Bummer. So this does 8 damage to him.
Yeah.
Which brings him down to 20. Alright, and then can't do anything with that. I will... Let's see. Are you going to have an ally or yourself that can defend this turn to not have him not take the +2 attack for undefended?
Yeah, I mean, I can. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Then I will thwart 2 off of Thunderstruck to keep that down a little bit. And I will keep these in hand. Yes. That is my turn. Go ahead.
Alright. Start with our upgrade. I'm already running out of room. Discard Genius to play Biosynthetic Wings. It gives me the aerial trait, and if I take any damage of my tiny form, I can prevent one. We are then going to play. We need to transform here. We need to shift forms. We want to go to. Let's see. What does small do after Wasp? After Wasp or an event you play defeats a minion or side scheme, deal 1 damage to the event. So it doesn't do anything when switching like ammo does. But in giant form, doesn't either. But it lets me delegate my stuff. Okay. Why don't we go to? Go tiny.
That divvying out threat or attack is probably actually going to be really good in this scenario.
All right. I don't need to heal, so I think what I'm going to do is go tiny for now. Then I'm going to spend Pim Particles to play Surprise Attack. So spending Pim Particles in tiny form lets me draw a card. To play Surprise Attack, which is a wild resource, and it says after you change form, deal 3 damage to an enemy, 4 instead if you paid for this using a physical resource. So since I used a wild, this will do 4 damage.
Nice.
So let me draw my card. We got another Pim Particle. That's great.
Sweet.
So we're just gonna focus fire Rucker.
Sure.
All right. So we'll do 4.
Okay. Brings him down to 16.
16. Then, I want to get Boot Camp out. Play under any player's control, max 1 per player. Each ally you control gains 1 attack.
Oh man,
support.
I would certainly like that.
Oh, I could put it under any player's control.
Yeah. Because
that's kinda sexy for you.
My goal is to get out Yondu and then put a bunch of upgrades onto Yondu to where he'll be swinging for like 10 a turn.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright.
So I'm going to play Power of Aggression because that's going to count as 2. I'm going to play Pim Particles again in tiny form. Lets me draw a card. To play Boot Camp, I'm going to set that Maybe just like over here. 'Cause that's yours.
Okay.
And we drew in the giant help, which we don't do anything with. And then we get a basic. Why don't we, so whoever has the most threat goes.
Yep.
Why don't we just... We take one off Bulldozer and then just kind of hope we get to choose next round? Is that how that works?
That seems probably good.
Okay, so we'll thwart one off, clear the road. And that's it.
Okay. So it is time to ready and draw.
How many cards should I get in
Hey,
time?
look at
I
that.
get 5.
You got the boot camp over here. Good job.
Sent it over the interwaves.
5. Oh, that's pretty unfortunate right here. Okay. So, we are up to the villain time. So we get 1 on Breakout, and the forced response on that is to add 1 on each of the other schemes, bringing it up to 4, 7, 4, 4. And then whoever has the most is the active villain. And I am still first player, so he does an attack against me. I'm going to defend for 2. Mm-hmm. He is attacking for 2. 3 damage. So I take 1. And then he is attacking against you.
Yep, I will defend as well.
Okay, so it's a 2. 3, 4, 5. I will use my ability to discard this card and have you use this one instead for boost. Boost is move the active counter to the villain whose side scheme has the least threat.
Okay.
Alright.
So he did 2 damage, so we take none damage.
Yep. And then we move this to any of the other 3. Let's see.
You know, I'm because I can defend once with my wings. I'm voting pile driver. Right? If you take any amount of damage, if you are in tiny form, I can exhaust the wings to prevent one.
Yeah, that's probably fine.
It's up to you. It's your choice. You're the player.
No, that's true. Yeah, because we're not forced to attack just pile driver.
Oh, sure.
So,
sure. Okay.
Yeah. This is just going to determine whose deck the encounter cards get dealt out from.
Okay.
So we can do that. So we'll make pile driver the active villain. So then I get a card from his deck, and you get a card from his deck. My card is Oversized Hands. When revealed, discard the support you control with the highest cost. Ah. If no support was discarded this way, place 2 threat on the active villain's scheme. Unfortunately, that's the boot camp. Lame.
Alright, we tried.
Yep. Your encounter. Pummel. When revealed on the hero, Pile Driver attacks you. If Pile Driver is tough, he gets +2 for this activation.
Ooh.
Okay. So he is attacking you with a 2. And you're out of tricks, I think, right?
I got nothing. Yeah.
2. And boost. Give the active villain a tough status. If they already have toughs, place 2 threat on their scheme. Okay.
Does he do damage before the tough or no?
He does 2 damage to you.
Okay. I will exhaust my wings to prevent 1.
Prevent 1, take 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he's tough.
Then, active player goes to you.
Alright. Let's see what we got here. Giant help. It's a thwart. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. Remove a total of 4. Divided among the schemes as you choose instead if you're in giant form. Deal 7 damage to an enemy if you are in tiny form. This attack deals 1 additional damage to that enemy and gains overkill. And then lie in wait. Max 1 per player. It is an upgrade after your minion engages you. Scarred line. Only deal 3 damage to them.
There are very few minions,
Okay, it's good to know.
and they're pretty chumpy.
Okay. Might as well play. I'm gonna go with 3 to play Pinpoint Strike. Deal 7 damage to an enemy. If you're in tiny form, this attack deals 1 additional damage. And it gains overkill, which doesn't matter right now. So that'll be 8 damage to Wrecker.
Great.
Bringing them down to 8. And then I'm exhausted, so I think that's gonna be it. Do you want me to try to fish for boot camp?
No, that's not that necessary.
Because I don't remember how many she has in there, but my alter ego lets me shuffle it back in to my deck.
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
I will then just call it there.
Okay. Sounds good. I have a not very exciting turn. I will use energy for 2 resources to get out Avenger's Tower. Each of my allies have the Avenger trait, and I increase my ally limit by 1. And then for an action, I can exhaust it to reduce the cost of the next Avenger ally played this phase by 1. And I think just to have something, instead of holding on to these 3 cards, I'm going to use that to reduce the card or the cost by 1, and then pay 3 resources for Lockjaw, because you can play Lockjaw from your discard pile during your turn, paying his resource cost. So that's 3 and 4 to get Lockjaw into play.
Nice.
Let's see. 7, 8. I think Lockjaw is going to thwart 2 off of Wrecker. Or off of Day of Reckoning. So he still has the most. So he will become the active, but he will have a little bit less then. That's the wrong one.
Sure.
Boop. Okay. And I'm out. That's it. Ready
Refresh.
up and draw. Ooh, Helicarrier. There we go.
Hey, look, boot camp.
Ooh. Alright, that's going to be a fun turn. So here we go. Up here, we've got 1 threat on the main scheme. Boop. And then 1 threat on each side scheme. Bulldozer at 5, Wrecker at 6, Thunderball at 5, and Piledriver at 5. Since Wrecker has the highest, he becomes the active villain. And Wrecker makes an attack against you for 2.
And I will defend.
Okay. 3 damage total.
Okay. I might as well spread my wings. Taking none damage.
Perfect. Then he is going to attack against me, and Lockjaw is going to defend for me for 2. And if this attack is undefended, discard an upgrade you control. It is not, but Lockjaw takes 2 damage, which is enough to defeat Lockjaw, but that's okay. He'll be back. Okay, then we have an encounter card for you, an encounter card for me. Your encounter card is an escaped convict. He has 1 scheme, 1 attack, 2 health, and he has Surge. So you have a little piddly minion in front of you. And Surge is Get Wrecked. When revealed, the villain whose side scheme has the least threat attacks you. Okay.
We get to choose.
So we get to choose who attacks you. Bulldozer attacks for a boatload, so we probably don't want that. Thunderball attacks for the least amount, but he will deal 1 damage to each character you control after his attack. But since you don't have any allies, maybe that's...
Could be the best one.
Could be the way to go. Yeah, because then he's guaranteeing 2, and Pile Driver guarantees 2. But Pile Driver has those, if he's tough, he gets better things. So, yeah, probably Thunderball.
I agree.
Okay. He is attacking for 1, 2, 3. So you would end up taking 4 because of his forced response. Do you want me to try to discard this card and draw another one and hope to have fewer boost icons? I will leave that one up to you.
I'm gonna just take it. I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
My luck, we would get a boost or
Yeah.
a boost effect. So that brings me down to 6.
Okay. Then my encounter card is Wrecker's Command. This attaches to Wrecker. Gives him +1 scheme, and as a forced response, after Wrecker schemes, place 1 threat on each other villain's side scheme. For a hero action, we can spend 2 physical resources to discard this card. That hopefully won't matter because we will hopefully defeat him before one of us has to go into Alter Ego to handle him. That's it. First player passes to me. And here we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, those weren't that bad. Oh, I guess the... Oh, that wasn't even that bad either. Oops. I had the cancel the treachery card. I could have stopped the Get Wrecked. My bad. Okay.
To be honest, there was a few games where I had a treachery card in my hand, and
yeah.
Oops. Could have played.
Alright, so I'm going to use Chaos Magic that costs 0. Play a card from your hand, ignoring its resource cost. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck equal to that card's printed resource cost. Cool. So I'm going to play Helicarrier for free, and then discard 3 cards from Wrecker's deck. 1, 2, 3. Okay. If we can defeat Wrecker before he draws 1 more card, there won't be an acceleration token on the main scheme.
You gotta punch him hard.
Alright. So then I'll use Helicarrier and that Warped Reality to do Hexbolt. Oh, this discards from the encounter deck.
I can do 4 damage.
I can do 1. This potentially can do a little bit more, but it would discard his last card. But it sounds like we're not going to make it anyway. What if you had Helicarrier? Can you do any more?
What if you hear? No. If you Helicarrier. I got nothing.
Alright, so we're not going to get there anyway. Unless we let somebody else... We could thwart it down to let somebody else be the active. And then we can still, like, attack him off turn.
If you play Thor from your hand, deal 2 damage to the villain. 3 if you paid for... I could get him to 5. If I play Thor, Jane Foster, you cost 4, so I would need your helicarrier.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would spend 1, 2, 3 to get her out. She deals 2 damage to the villain, 3 if you use a physical, which I have a wild. So that would be 3 damage, 8, 7, 6, 5. She could attack for 2, bringing her down to 3.
I could attack for 1 to bring down to 2.
And then I have surprise attack for 1, but I run out of resources at that point. I can't pay to play it.
Okay. Alright, instead then, that could still be a good play, but I will thwart 2 off Day of Reckoning to bring him down to the lowest. So the active thing will switch. And then we can just deal damage as needed to him. Then I think I'll sit on these and get rid of the encounter card next time. And then you have Helicarrier for this turn.
Okay.
Where are my allies?
You're exhausted, girl. Cheat. After Wasp can defeats a minion, I can deal 1 damage to the matter. Okay, I think we just play Arnisol to pay for surprise attack. We're not going to kill him, so maybe it's better off getting an ally out. Yeah, if I could request your helicarrier.
You got it.
Bringing Thor down to 3. Then we'll spend 1. 2, 3. I'm gonna probably switch now right now. Yeah, let's spend 1. Surprise attack or giant help. Do we need to thwart or do we just want to do damage? We're gonna try to kill him here. So let's do these 3 to get Thor out. When Thor enters play. She deals 2 damage to the villain, 3 if I pay with a physical, which I used a wild. So we'll do 3 damage to... We just want to do my convict and then use my action, my response to do 1 damage to Wrecker.
Sure. Oh,
That's how
jeez.
that works.
Kitty. Oh, man.
After Wasp defeats a minion or side scheme, deal 1 damage to the villain. Yep. So we'll do 3 damage from Thor's response.
It wouldn't be Wasp defeating the minion then.
It says after Wasp or an event you play.
And it's an ally thing.
Alright, then the 3 damage goes to Wrecker. Or do I still take it? No, it doesn't. Let's do it to Wrecker. Thoughts?
Yeah. Then Thor can just attack into your escape convict. Then you're not wasting any damage.
Right. All the damage will be delegated properly. And then damage 1 for escape convict. Put you back. And then that is our turn. Do I need to flip? Do we want him to scheme? No, not right now. I get more defense than giant.
Well, it's not going to be Wrecker activating. It'll be one of the others. Let's see. I mean,
Pile driver schemes. Place threat on a side scheme instead of the main.
4, 5, 6. Yeah, we probably don't want a double thing. Maybe we... What am I at? I'm at 9 health. Maybe we go Bulldozer, and I'll take the attack, and but then you can flip to Alter Ego, and if you need to do Alter Ego-y things.
I would just heal for 3, and then I can shuffle some cards into my deck. What do I got that's worth? I can get 8 camp in there. Point strike. 8 camp, giant form. So if we put it on pile driver, he schemes. Place threat on his side scheme instead of the main.
Yep, whenever any of them scheme, it always goes on the their side scheme.
Yeah, I'm gonna flip to alter.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna just quick shuffle in. On a scale of 1 to 10, what's our threat status? Like, are we doing okay?
Yeah, I mean we're halfway up on everybody, but we don't instantly lose. You know, when one of them goes off, it'll just set us back a little bit.
So I think I'm just gonna then get these damage ones back in. So let's get endpoint strike in. Another pinpoint strike. It is printed mental, so I could even take my genius back. That might be good. Let's do that. 1 pinpoint, 1 genius. Those get shuffled back in, and then that is my turn.
Okay. So then we will ready up.
Oh, I dropped a call.
And draw. Oh, there we go. Oh no. Okay, I'm like turn away from setting up. Okay. So up to the villain. Need more threat things. Okay. So the main scheme goes to 3. And then 1 on each of the other ones. Then whoever has the most becomes the active villain, which is any of them.
I got 6, 6, 6, 5.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, let's see. So you are an alter ego. He's scheming. I'm going to be blocking for 3, canceling a treachery.
Do we say bulldozer or pile driver was going?
Let's go bulldozer.
Okay.
As much as it's not great to take an attack from that, it'll be okay. So, bulldozer is attacking at me for 3. I will defend with Scarlet, which is 2 defense, so he gets in for 3, 4 damage. I defend 2, so I take 2. And then he is scheming against you. He's got a scheme of 1. And his boost effect is move the active counter to the villain whose side scheme has the least threat. If you're in hero form, that villain attacks you after this attack. That attack does not get a boost card. Okay, so this moves to somebody else with the least threat. Maybe. Oh, least threat is Wrecker.
It's Wrecker. Yep.
Aw, man. That's gonna trigger him. We did all this to avoid the stupid thing. Oh, you did damage to him, didn't you? You did 3 damage from.
Yep, he should be
Thor.
at 5.
Okay. All right. That's a bummer. Okay, I get an encounter card. His encounter deck is empty, so the main scheme gets an acceleration token. And it's not that bad. We now will be putting 2 on there. But again, the threshold is 12. We can thwart that at any time. Alright. Shuffling this bad boy. And you get an encounter card. My encounter card is You're Dead Meat. When revealed, deal 1 damage to the hero or ally with the fewest remaining hit points. If that character was defeated this way, place 3 threat on Wrecker's side scheme. How much health do you have? 6?
I have 6. My hero has 6.
You have 6. Oh, but it's hero or ally. You are not hero. You are alter ego. So it deals 1 damage to me. That's fine. I don't need to burn a card for that. And then yours is Held Hostage. This is a pain. Attached to the active villain side scheme. That's kind of okay, though, because it's this guy. Threat cannot be removed from attached scheme by thwarting. So for a hero action, the villain corresponding to the attached side scheme attacks you, then discard this card. So we force an attack onto us, and then we can get rid of the card to let us thwart off here. Other effects that get rid of threat that is not thwarting can still remove threat from here, though. But doesn't really matter because we're hopefully going to defeat him instead. So first player goes to you, and you are good to go. Well, that's cool. Then I can play Yondu.
So we did our girl, GIRL. What does that stand for? Do we know?
Which thing? Her acronym thing on there.
Girl is dedicated to finding brilliant women who will not only save the world but change it.
That's her AI companion thing, I believe.
Okay.
Because she is actually the daughter of Hank Pym and his first wife before Janet Van Dyne. And he did not know about Nadia. But she was raised in the Red Room.
Gotcha.
And then she of course is a chemical genius or chemical engineering genius, because everybody's a genius that does things. And so then she was following in his footsteps and recreated the Pym particles and all that to become the new Wasp.
Gotcha. Alright, so we're gonna exhaust to recover 3. Goes to 9. We're then going to swap over, I think. We're going to swap over to Tiny Form, where we will play Wasp Sting for 2. Using Lion Weight and the Wasp ally to play Wasp Sting. In Tiny Form, I deal 5 damage to an enemy.
Hey, Wrecker has 5 health.
Wrecker has exactly 5 health, bringing him to 0.
Alright. So since he is defeated, his encounter cards are discarded. The threat is removed off his side scheme. His side scheme's discarded, and he is discarded.
Get all these out of here. Give me some desk space back.
Yep.
Alright. That's done.
That's 1.
1 down. Okay, then, we will. Do we want to surprise attack?
Man, I don't like Thunderball or Bulldozer's thing with my current deck.
Why don't we... Do we want to go for Thunderball next?
Sure.
Okay. We will spend... Spider-Man, Miles Morales... And... do I want to do 4 damage now? Or get rid of my tech? Do that.
Do you need Helicarrier?
Play Spider-Man then. Do we want to thwart it all or no?
Maybe. They're kind of...
Thunderstruck would... Oh no, it's all 10. It's all 10. It's 3, 6, 3, 6, 3. 6, 6.
Wait a minute, did I miss something here? He attacked against me. Okay, Bulldozer should have one more threat on his thing. Because he was scheming against you for 1, and then it switched to the active counter.
Ugh. I want to play Spider-Man.
I'll probably ping off Pile Driver's Tough, because Yondu has ranged, and I'll be able to get him into play this turn. So that way he at least won't... Like, that won't be as crazy of a thing. If we don't want Bulldozer to be the active villain, we need to thwart there for at least 1.
Why don't we... Yeah, if you don't need your Helicarrier, I think this will be safe.
Alright, you got it.
Which will make Spider-Man cost 2. We'll blow these guys to get Spider-Man out upon play. You choose Thwart or Attack. Spider-Man gets +2 to the chosen power until the end of the phase, so he will get Thwart 3.
Okay.
Off of Clear the Road.
Okay.
And then we will Jane Foster it up, doing 2 damage. We'll do 2 damage to... We're saying Thunderball.
Sure.
On the 24. And that's my go.
Okay. Then me down here. All of my allies are Avengers now, and I can exhaust this to reduce the cost by 1. And I've got Yondu, so that's 3, and the Hex Bolt makes 4. Because Genius gives 2 to get Yondu in play. His attacks have ranged, so they ignore Retaliate, and he attacks for 1 with no consequential damage.
Nice.
And then I'll pay Warped Reality for Sky Cycle to give him Sky Cycle, since he is an Avenger ally. And I can exhaust Sky Cycle to ready him. So he will ping the Tough off of Pile Driver. Not take any Retaliate because it's ranged. We'll exhaust this to ready him. And then we'll do... oh man. I could have Yondu just start slowly whittling down Pile Driver. Since he doesn't take damage for it.
Sure, why not?
Alright. I'll get in on Pile Driver for 1, bring him down to 21.
Okay.
And that's it for me.
Okay. Ready up.
Ready up and draw. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oof.
Good turn for me next game. Okay.
5, 1. Oh man. Neat. Gonna do some.
I saw that suit thing.
Yep.
I've seen that card before.
Yep. Giant Man's gonna be swinging for 4 for 4 turns. Nice.
You see, they're making a Wonder Man movie, and the first thing I thought of was his card.
His card. Yep. Okay, up here. So we've got 2 threat on the main scheme because of the acceleration token. 1 threat on each side scheme. And then we've got 7 on both of these, and we were saying Thunderball. It's going to deal 2 damage to each character you control. Ugh. Or 1 damage to each character you control after he attacks. Oh, if he attacks me twice, Yondu dies.
What's the active one on? Sorry.
We can choose between Thunderball and Pile Driver.
Okay.
Thunderball's not so great for allies because he hits all the allies for 1.
Sure.
But Pile Driver
Mine would
just
survive at least 1 round. Pile Driver just places threat.
He doesn't. He doesn't do anything extra.
Okay.
So maybe we do
I think
Pile Driver.
that's what I was thinking.
Since we have allies to not want to take that damage. All right. You're the first player or active player, so he attacks against you for 2.
I'm gonna defend it.
Okay. Coming in for 4.
Okay.
Total.
And I will use my wings again, bringing it down from 4, 3, 2, 1 damage.
Solid. Then he is attacking against me. I'm going to defend with Scarlet Witch for 2. And the boost, give the active villain a tough status. They already have tough but 2 threat on their scheme. Alright. So I full block the attack and he gets tough.
Okay.
Okay. Then you get a card and I get a card. Your card is Get Wrecked. I cannot cancel it this time. The villain whose side scheme has the least threat attacks you. Oh, that's not good.
Bulldozer.
Bulldozer attacks you.
Okay.
With overkill.
With overkill, even.
Yep.
Well, I am going to... I guess it doesn't matter. I will let Spider-Man take it. Because then he'll take 2, and then whatever's after I take.
Okay. 3, 4, 5.
Alright, I'm going to take 2.
Do you want...
Just 5 total?
5 total. Do you want me to cycle this
3.
card to try for fewer boosts?
Nope.
Okay.
So I take 3.
Okay. Then my encounter card is Buddy System. When revealed, choose the villain whose side scheme has the least threat. Come on. Reveal the top card of his deck. Top 2 cards if it's the only villain in play. Reveal the top card of his deck. Okay. So that's over there. So we reveal Bulldozer's card. Chaos in the Prison. Choose to either discard an upgrade you control or place 1 threat on the active villain's side scheme for each upgrade you control. If you don't control any upgrades, this card gains Surge. I have one upgrade. I do not want to discard it, so I will place a threat on Pile Driver's scheme.
Okay.
Bringing it up to 8. Alright. First player goes to me. And...
So you got 8, 7, 7?
8, 7, 5. 5 on Bulldozer.
Seven on this one. And then how much on Thunderstruck?
7.
Okay, 7.
7 on Thunderstruck, 8 on Pilot 5 on Clear the Road.
Oh, am I missing one there? Okay. Good.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to reduce the cost of an ally by 1. Power of Leaderships for 2, 3, 4. Avengers Tower makes 5 for Giant Man.
Yes.
He gets +2 attack while he has 3 or more remaining hit points. He's got 4 hit points right now. But I'm going to do Helicarrier to play Reinforced Suit attached to an ally.
Yes.
Attached ally gets +2 hit points. He's at 6 hit points. So he'll be swinging for 4 for a while.
Where's my boot camp?
Yeah. Okay, Yondu is going to ping off the tough. And ready. Yeah. Yondu will ping into Pile Driver, since he doesn't take the Retaliate. And then Giant Man is going to swing 4 into... Oh, man. Are we going to be really hurting if Bulldozer is the last guy in play? Because with swinging for 3?
Yeah, you're sure. I mean, yeah, we could ping him down, I guess.
Alright. Giant Man will get in for 4 on Bulldozer, bringing him down to 20. Takes damage. And that's it for me.
Okay. Quick turn.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are exhausted again. So we're going to spend our strength to get our helmet out.
What does her helmet do?
It gives her +1 Thort and Giant and +1 attack and time.
Cool.
We really haven't done much of that because we've been defending this whole time.
Yeah.
Then we're going to pay energy to play a Wasp thing. And what that does is if we are in tiny form, which we are, we can deal 5 damage to an enemy. So we're going to pluck down Bulldozer down to 15.
Nice.
And then the least amount goes next.
Most.
The most goes next?
Yep. So it'll be Pile Driver activating again.
Let's go ahead and ping 2 damage to... What did I just do with the health tile? Bringing him down to 13. Bulldozer to 13. Do I want to go back to the altar?
If you do, it will cause his thing to trigger. Where we would discard the highest upgrade or support we control. I would lose Helicarrier.
I would lose Thor. Or, sorry, my wings. Which is not that big a deal. but helicarrier is good. Shoot. Then I think I just go giant. Just to get the extra point of defense if I need it.
Okay.
And then that is my turn.
Okay. So we will ready up. And draw.
How many cards I get? Oh, she gets 5 in giant too. It's nice.
Ooh. Okay. So up here for the villains, we've got 2 threat up here. And 1, 2, 3 for these. This is at 9. Eight and 6. Alright. Pile driver. Attacks against me. I defend with Scarlet Witch for 2. He attacks for 2. And move the active counter to the villain whose side scheme has the least threat. If you're in hero form, that villain attacks you after this attack. That attack does not gain a boost card. Neat. So I take nothing, but this is actually move the active counter to here. And then he attacks me, no boost card for 3. I'm just gonna take it. Ow.
That hurts.
And now Bulldozer is activating against you to attack for 3.
We're gonna let Thor take that.
It does have overkill.
Ugh. That's right. So no point in wasting her. So I guess I just take it. So I will defend.
Okay. For 5 is what his attack is.
Alright. That is 2 damage.
Oh, I probably should have used Scarlet Witch's ability to discard the escaped convict for that boost effect. I'm not good at this. Alright. Bulldozer encounter card to me. Bulldozer encounter card to you. Mine is leading the charge. When revealed, discard the top X cards of your deck, where X is Bulldozer's attack. Place 1 threat on Bulldozer's side scheme for each different card type discarded this way. So 1, 2, 3. They are all upgrades. So 1 threat goes on his scheme, bringing him up to 7. Your encounter card. Ramming speed. Attached to Bulldozer. Forced interrupt. When Bulldozer attacks you, you must defend against Bulldozer's attacks with an ally you control, if able. Ugh. Yeah. Forced response. After Bulldozer attacks you, discard this card. Yikes. First player passes to you. Let's see. Can we deal 13 damage to Bulldozer this turn?
I hope so. Alright. We are going to shoot. Gotta play all my cards. Gains overkill. Let's go ahead and spend 4 to get Ant-Man out. While in giant form, Ant-Man gains the giant trait and gets 1 attack. So that means he gets the giant trait. 1 attack, which is 3.
I can get in for 8. If you can get in for 5, we can kill him. Or if we both go alter ego. Oh no, because it's gonna move the. Oh shoot, pile driver's thing is about to trigger. Ugh.
They're all about to. Do a round of thwarting. Two, 3, 4, 5. Get them down to 8.
I can do 8.
Yeah, it might be worth doing. Okay, so with Ant-Man here, we're in giant form. He gets +1 attack, so he's gonna take 1 damage to do 3 damage to Bulldozer. And then we're gonna go ahead and exhaust Thor, Jane Foster, to do 2 damage, which takes her out of play. Bringing him down to 8. And then...
How much health are you at?
I'm at 3.
Same. So, I think we may end up just eating... like, slamming hard head first into a side scheme, which is probably pile drivers.
So, do I go alter and then we just...
I think we are probably both have to go alter this turn, yeah.
Sure, okay. We'll flip over. Might as well use our action. Allows me to shuffle in 2 mental printed cards. Churs. Do you want me to try to get boot camp again?
It's up to you. I mean, if you have better options, then whatever, but...
It's either that or I do damage. Really what it is.
Yeah. I mean...
Yeah.
Any pluses to attack for Yondu would be...
I mean, we're good. I mean, we'll fish for it because my deck is almost gone, so it's very likely we get it.
Okay.
The problem is just paying for it. So why don't we just get them both in there, and we'll hope that that's a good call.
Okay.
And then that is my turn.
Okay. So I think before he flips, I'm going to use Helicarrier to reduce by 1 and Quicksilver to pay for Hexbolt. I discard the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. For each card discarded this way that has boost icons equal to stuff, I do things. So that's going to be Bulldozers, because he is the active thing. So we have 1 and 0. I will discard one of the zeros to do another for 1. Okay. So we have, I will deal 2 damage to an enemy and remove 2 threat from a scheme twice. So, let's see.
So 2 damage, 2 threat twice.
Yeah. So the 2 damage... Oh, it's not actually from an attack, so let's have that go on Pile Driver.
Okay.
Bringing him down to 18. And then 2 sets of 2 threat. Let's see. Would we rather have everybody stunned? Oh no, because then he deals... Oh no, because he's scheming, so he wouldn't deal damage to everybody. So I'd like to keep Helicarrier. 6, 7, 8, 9, 3. If there's 10 or more, stun each friendly character. Remove all but 3 threat. So even if this over threats, it'll still be reduced down to 3.
Sure.
So maybe we try to have Thunderball be the active. So then I take 2 off here to have that be at 7, and then probably 2 off the main scheme. That's the wrong one. Just to lower that a little bit.
Okay, so I got
main scheme at 5. Pilot on at 7. Okay. Then I'm going to keep Reinforced Suit in hand, and I'm going to use the Quinn Carrier for Magic Shield. Yeah, that's fine. Then Giant Man is going to get into Bulldozer for 4. He takes damage. Yondu gets in. Wait, where was I with 8? 4, 5, 6. Oh, okay. That 2 damage from Pile Driver, we'll take that back. I miscounted. That needs to go on Bulldozer. 4 from Giant Man. It's only 2 from Yondu, which is the other 6 to defeat Bulldozer.
Okay. Another one down.
Another one down.
Give me my threat tokens back.
Oh.
It's running out.
And then I'm going to flip to Alter Ego, and that will be turn. So we'll ready and draw. 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Now we're talking.
Does the active token change then?
It's going to go to Thunderball. Because the main scheme forced trigger places the active counter on somebody.
Okay.
So this will get the 2 back that I took off. And then these each get 1. So we're at 9 and 8, which makes Thunderball active. Thunderball schemes against you for 3 and deal 1 damage to the defending character.
Did I just take a damage?
Yep.
On to 2.
And that adds 3 on here, which puts him over. So he stuns each friendly character.
Okay. So that's.
And then his
down to 3, right?
His scheme goes down to 3. Yep.
I get stunned. Ant-Man gets stunned. Okay.
Oh, oops. I forgot to Agatha Harkness on my turn. Oh well. And then he is scheming against me for 3. And move the active counter to the villain whose side scheme has the least threat, which is him. If you're in hero form, that villain attacks you after this attack. That attack does not gain boost card. Alright, so he just schemes for 3 more, bringing it up to 6. And then you get a card, and I get a card. Your card is... When revealed, Alter Ego, the villain whose side scheme has the most threat schemes. Oh, great.
Oh, God.
Alright. Pile Driver schemes. For 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Even if he just did his base of 2, that would get there, so we'll just let him do that. So we have to discard our an upgrade or support with the highest cost. Rip Helicarrier.
Those are my wings.
And then his scheme goes down to 3.
So we have Pilot on at 3.
Pilot on at 3, Thunderstruck at 6. What was... Oh, that was Alter Ego. Okay, so it still is Thunderball as the active. Buddy system. Choose the villain whose side scheme has the least threat. When reveal the top card of his deck. Yep. So we reveal Pile Driver's card. When revealed, remove each stunned and confused status card from each villain. If no status cards were removed, this card gains Surge. No status cards were removed. Card gains Surge. Held hostage. Attached to the active villain's side scheme. So this actually goes on Thunderstruck's scheme. Threat can't be removed by thwarting. And as a hero action, you can choose to have Thunderstruck attack you, or Thunderball attack you, to discard the card. Gross. First player moves to me. Woof.
Yeah.
Alright.
I suppose you can't request an action to get boot camp out.
I can.
Would it matter if you're stunned?
It'll matter for 1 point of damage because I can ready Yondu. Maybe more because I have Sky Cycle in hand that I could get out.
I mean, I'll play it anyways just because
Okay.
I was gonna. So I'm gonna spend Genius and 1 Pinpoint Strike, I think. Yeah, we'll spend Into the Fray. So 2, 3 to play boot camp.
Okay.
Boot camp is now yours.
Got boot camp. Neat. Alright, I will recover for 3. And then I'm going to exhaust Agatha to look at the top 3 of my deck, add 1 to my hand, and the rest on the bottom in any order. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. I'm going to put Sidearm in my hand, put these on the bottom, so I'll draw them next turn. Okay. I actually don't think I need to flip. Okay. We're going to do 1 for Laser Blaster, which I attach to a Guardian, which is going to be Yondu. That gives him +1 attack and Overkill. And then we're going to do 1 for Sky Cycle on Giant Man. Then we're going to do Sidearm onto Yondu to give him +1 attack and ranged again. Keep Reinforced Suit in hand. Yondu is going to attempt to attack. He loses stun. Exhaust Sky Cycle. Ready Yondu. Yondu can attack for 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll hit into Pile Driver for 4, bringing him down to 16.
spend a pinpoint strike to play surprise attack. Unfortunately, it's not a physical resource, so after you change form, you deal 3 damage. Which
is that
put on Thunderball.
Is that an attack though?
Yes, it is.
So that would just remove the stun.
Might still be worth doing, yeah, just to get stun off.
Okay.
And then that's my go. Do I want to stun off Spider-Man? Not really. I mean, if I stun now, he's just going to block my next attack.
Well, you could thwart too, right?
Good thwart. Good call. Because that would not remove or wouldn't get blocked by stun. Do we want that Thunderstruck?
Can't. It's being held hostage.
It's got the thing. Oh my god, these guys.
Yep.
So then we'll just do it. I guess it comes down to main.
Main scheme. Sure.
Yep. 2 off there. And that's our go.
Alright. Time to ready up. Two, 3, 4, 5. I get an encounter card. Not too thrilled about that. Okay. Sorcerer Supreme in the bottom of the deck. Oh. Giant Man needs to take another damage. Oh. Where'd they go? Oh, there it is. So I can do one more attack with Giant Man for 4. Or 5 with Boot Camp. Okay. Up to villains. So we have 2 threat back on the main scheme. And then 1 on each of theirs. Thunderball. Oh, I'm not going to do another thing. Bummer. Thunderball is attacking against me. I am going to defend with Scarlet Witch. Yep. He's attacking for 1. Just 1. Which I defend. But then, after Thunderball attacks, you deal 1 damage to each character you control. So that's 1 to me. Ooh, not 2. And then 1 to Yondu and 1 to Giant Man. And that puts him beyond the threshold, I think. Yep, he's down to 2 health, so he does not get the +2, unfortunately. Thunderball attacking at you for 1.
I wish I didn't have to defend.
I mean, I can prevent 3 damage for you if...
It's 1 so far. Or no, it's going to be 2. Ooh, let's do it. I'm just going to take it.
Okay. Move the active counter to the villain with the least threat on his side scheme. That villain schemes. Okay. So he pings for 1. And then his ability hits for 1.
It's 2 to me, 1 to Spider-Man.
And then Pile Driver schemes.
Spider-Man's gone.
At 2, 4.
Schemes for 4.
Bringing Pilot on up to 8.
Yeah.
And then Pile Driver divvies out the encounter cards. Held hostage. Come on. Alright, Pilot on has held hostage on it. Oh yeah, that was. Wait, that's not. It was Thunderball's card. So they actually both got pilot on or held hostage on each other's side schemes. That's pretty funny. Oversized hand. When revealed, discard the support you control at the highest cost. Well, there goes boot camp again. Ugh. Do I have? Nope. And then chaos control is when boost icons are counted. So, yep, that's that again. And then your encounter card is I've been waiting for this. The active villain gains 3 hit points. Give that villain tough status. Pile driver goes up to 19 and gets tough.
It's tough. Tough.
Oh boy. First player passes to you.
Alright. We are going to play. You need to use your helicarrier.
That has been discarded for a time.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It's gone. Shoot. Play boot camp. And Ironheart to play Red Room Training. And then we will make a basic attack. Shoot. It's too bad. Okay. So Red Room Training, while you're in tiny form, your basic attack gains piercing. Discard any tough cards from the target before dealing damage. If you think that's worth, I could do 1, 2 damage.
But then take 1 from retaliate.
1 from retaliate. Okay. What about retaliate?
Otherwise, I could just attack it with Yondu.
Let me rewind here then. Yeah, I gotta remember you got Yondu. That's my giant attack too. Piercing's not all that great here. I'm going to take 1. Okay. Why don't we go ahead and do Boot Camp, Ironheart, Red Training Room. To do Pinpoint Strike. Which is an attack. We deal 7 damage to an enemy. If you're in tiny, it does 1 additional damage and kills overkill. So that is 8 damage to Thunderball. Bringing them down to 11.
Mm-hmm.
And then we will basic. Where we get third. Ancient Giant. We can thwart for 3. You can divide it as we choose.
But
or we could just.
They're both held hostage.
Oh my god. Okay, at this point then maybe I'll just
and Pile Driver is going to be the active dude.
Get the extra defense from Giants, and I still do 2 attack either way. So it's still worth flipping. Or do I go alter again?
We are at 7 of 12 on the main scheme. Going to be up to 9 after this next one. Let me see what I'm
3 health.
gonna be getting
And
in for here.
I'll get an extra encounter card.
Alright, if I put on... if I don't play that...
I guess, could you do 9 damage? Take out Thunderball.
One, two, three.
The camp's gone.
8. Yes. I can do that.
So I am going to then stay in Giant because I get the extra point of defense, and still do the same amount of damage as I would in Tiny. And then exhaust to attack for 2. Shoot, where am I getting 8 from? That puts me at 9. Where was I getting 8 from? I lied.
I can still do it.
Okay, so then I bring him down to 9 by basic attack. That's my go.
Okay. Alright, as much as I would like to get the Sorcerer Supreme out to give me increased hand size, I think I am instead going to put the Power Gloves onto Yondu. After attached ally attacks or thwarts, deal 1 damage to an enemy. And then... hang on to that. I will use Comms Implant for Reinforced Suit to give Yondu 2 more hit points. Unfortunately, I can't add another one of those onto Giant Man. So Yondu is attacking for 1, 2, 3. And then after I attack or thwart, I deal a damage to an enemy. So Yondu will get into Thunderball for 3, bringing him down to 6. The deal 1 damage is going to remove the tough over here. Sky Cycle is going to ready Yondu to have him go 3 into Thunderball again. And then the 1 extra is going to be into Thunderball. And then Giant Man is now going to attack only for 2 into Thunderball to defeat him.
Okay. I'm going to step away for a moment.
Okay. Then I'm going to ready Giant Man. He's got 6 health total. 5 counters on him. I think it might be time to... this dude's gone. So that's in there. This stays out. These get cleaned up. Thunder. Alright. So here's the main situation going on now. Oh, actually, instead of thwarting 2, I'm going to have him attack me. The villain corresponding to the attached side scheme attacks you, then discard this card. I will have Pile Driver attack me, and I will defend with Giant Man. There we go. That's the ticket. So he's attacking for 2, 3 damage. Is it 3? That's a Bulldozer card. That shouldn't be in there. Let's try that again. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. Bummer. That's the last card then. So he's attacking for 2. Yep. We'll just let Giant Man eat it. That gets rid of Held Hostage into Thunderball's deck. Sorcerer Supreme in hand. We can now thwart this. Pile Driver's deck emptied, so we have another acceleration token on here. Oof. Can't let Yondu die. He's pretty key on this. Going to be doing damage and into the retaliate guy with ranged. Okay, that's going to be my turn, and he took his turn, so we're ready, and we'll look at what we have. 3, 4, 5. Yeah. +1 thwart, +1 attack. Wonder if we can... Just not enough cards. Not enough cards. I think it's almost too late in the game to care a whole lot about Sorcerer Supreme. So... but I really want to get inspired onto Yondu. Man, losing Helicarrier. That's rough. Because I can't play both of these. Let me see. The other allies in the deck are Lockjaw and Quicksilver. Because Giant Man's in the discard and Yondu's out and Iron Man's in hand. That's probably not worth... maybe. Because then they could thwart some. And then I could get inspired out and then he could be dealing more damage. Yeah, that's probably what the turn is going to be then. Yeah, I think that's going to be the turn. Unless I could use Avengers Tower to get Iron Man out for 3, and then I can reduce the cost to play an upgrade onto Iron Man by 1. So then he could thwart 3, attack 3. No, I think I needed to hit him with Summoning Spell or have more resources on board. I think just kind of this particular board state and scenario just doesn't deal that well with that. So yeah, I think we're probably going to Inspired and Summoning Spell. Cool. That'll be good. And he's back. Perfect. Alright. I got rid of the Held Hostage. Giant Man only had 1 health, so I had Pile Driver attack, and then Giant Man took the damage. So Held Hostage is gone.
So Thunderball's gone.
Thunderball's gone. Held Hostage is gone. And Pile Driver did hit the last of his encounter deck, so there is another acceleration token on the main scheme.
Okay. 2 there. And he's got how much health? 19?
19.
And then 7 on the main.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, so we refresh and draw. I've got my turn figured out.
I do need an extra encounter card.
Okay. Counter card for you. We get 3 threat on the main scheme. We are at 10 of 12. Yikes. 1 threat on his side scheme brings it to 9. And then...
One on me. Oh, sorry, I was just talking to myself.
Yep. He's attacking against me. I am going to defend with Scarlet Witch for 2. He attacks for 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'll take the 2 damage. And then he is attacking against you for 2.
I have to defend.
Okay. 3, 4.
Okay. So I take 1.
You get an encounter card. I get an encounter card. Your first encounter card is the Corrupt Prison Guard. Has guard. 0 scheme, 2 attack, 3 health. Just has guard. Okay.
That.
Uncanny Resilience. Remove each stunned and confused stats from each villain. If no stats cards are removed, this card gains Surge. Card gains Surge. I've been waiting for this. The active villain gains 3 hit points and tough. 3 hit points puts him back to full health. Bummer. And tough. Get wrecked. The villain whose side scheme has the least threat attacks you, which is me. Ugh, boy. Might die here. We'll see. He's attacking for 2. I'm not going to block with Yondu. Discard a support you control. He's attacking for 2. I'm going to crack the magic shield to prevent 3 damage. So I don't take anything. And I will discard Agatha Harkness. Yep. And then first player goes to me. 22, huh?
22.
Alright. Well, we're going to pay 2 for Summoning Spell. I discard cards until I hit an ally. Lockjaw. Into play. And then I will use Iron Man to pay for Inspired to give Yondu +1 thwart, +1 attack. Yondu is going to attack into piled... doesn't have piercing. Oh, this deals 1. Alright. Yondu is going to attack into your prison guard. He does have overkill. Yep. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 attack. With overkill. So that will take off tough. And then he pings for 1 after he does an attack. And the guard's gone. Tough's gone. Sky Cycle will ready him. And then he will attack again. And what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4 attack. And then an extra 1 for 5 damage. 5, bringing him down to 16. Lockjaw is going to thwart 2 off the main scheme. And I think we're just probably going to end up eating this. But that's my go.
Okay, we're going to have to switch to thingy, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm going to flip to Alter Ego.
Okay, yeah. I'll probably do the same here. Let's go ahead and look at Thort for 3. Seems good.
I personally don't care about his side scheme. You might, though.
Not really, actually.
Okay.
I lose my helmet, but it's fine.
Okay. In which case, if you're going to thwart, probably the main scheme then.
Yeah. So I will spend. Do you want boot camp back?
If I get boot camp, it would immediately get discarded because this scheme is about to go off.
Okay.
Which is a shame because I really do want boot camp.
I'm going to spend 3 to play Spider-Man when he enters play. We're going to go ahead and give him +2 to his thwart for this phase. So we're going to thwart for 3 off the main.
Okay. Brings it down to 5.
Yep. And then we are going to flip to alter. And I'm not going to use her action. And that is my go.
Okay. So we ready up and draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh. Alright, can't do anything on their turn. So we've got 3 threat onto the main scheme, bringing it up to 8. 1 threat on... Oh, this is unfortunate. 1 threat on Pile Driver, and that makes it 10. So he causes us to discard the highest support or upgrade that we control. And then his scheme goes down to 3. So this is probably just going to happen again. He is scheming against me for 2, 3. Scheming against you for 2. And give the active villain the tough status card. If he already has tough, place 2 threat on their scheme. Ugh. I don't want him to have tough. Oh, I'm not on hero form anyway, so I can't do anything about it. Okay, cool. Don't even have to think about it. He gets tough. Alright. I get a card. You get a card. My card is Distracting Taunts. Attached to Pile Driver. Pile Driver gets +3 hit points. Players cannot attack other villains. Okay. After your hero attacks Pile Driver, spend 2 physical resources to discard this card. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so that card essentially just heals for 3, and then we don't really care. Your card is another Distracting Taunts.
Oh.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. He is basically back up to full hit points. First player goes to you.
Alright. Let's see what we can do here. Why don't we spend my strength to get rid of one of those, maybe?
It's after your hero attacks Pile Driver.
Gotcha.
So you have
hero attacks, then you gotta spend 2 more.
Yeah. So you actually have to swing your face into his retaliate.
Ugh. Okay, well. We need to heal. Let's just get that out of the way, up to 5. We don't need to shuffle anything in. So why don't we flip to tiny. Let's go ahead and spend 1. Two, 3. Let's go giant. Giant exhausted. To play Coin Carrier, if I play with pin particles, I heal for 2 more.
Nice.
So Coin Carrier is out. Then we will boot camp 3, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I really can't do anything with these cards. Okay. Would giving you boot camp avoid any other upgrades going away or any support cards? That makes sense.
If his scheme triggers again, then boot camp will be the one to go.
Because right now I'm playing. I can't play any of my cards, so I'm just going to discard them. So if I play it,
okay. I mean, I'd be for it. It would get.
It's just going to save you from something else coming after.
It'll get 2 more damage in this turn.
Okay, so I'll exhaust my Queen Carrier, and then spend Rapid Growth and Pinpoint Strike to play Boot Camp for you.
Okay.
And then I will. I'm going to ping off his tough.
That'll kill Spider-Man.
Yes. God dang it, my kid's awake again. Ah.
Oh no.
May have to pause here.
Yes. Why don't you do that, and then I can thwart some with Lockjaw.
All right. So 1 damage, ping. My turn.
And then Retaliate takes out Spider-Man.
Yes. All right. I'm gonna go do this.
Okay.
I'm gonna shut down my stuff just in case. I don't know if I'm coming back.
All right. We got 4 for Quicksilver. Using her ability, I discard 2 cards from hand. I can draw 3.
I'll jump in your chat and just let you know.
All right. I draw 3 because Pietro is in hand. I will do these 2 Innovation and 1 for Scarlet Witch's Crest. Since I used Innovation, I heal 1 from an ally, which is going to be Yondu. Ooh, actually, it's going to be Lockjaw. Then Lockjaw is going to thwart for 2 and still be alive, and we're going to take it off of here. We're going to close out of that. Alright. For some reason, my OBS just kind of goes super crazy with Discord sometimes. Alright, so we've got Quicksilver out, Lockjaw thwarted for 2 off of Pilot on. I'm going to keep Chaos Magic in hand. Ooh. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ugh. Alright. Quicksilver is going to thwart for 1 off the main scheme, and then his action is to ready him once per turn, and he's going to thwart for 1 again off the main scheme. Because we can't get in for 22, right? I don't think so. Yondu is going to get in with ranged for 1, 2, 3, 4, and then deal an extra damage for 5, and then ready and 5 again for 10 damage total. And we're not going to... Alright, that's alright. I will take over and try to solo it. Alright. Yeah, Quicksilver's going to have to go up there. Oh, 2 more from boot camp. That's 10. If Lockjaw got in for 3 and 6, that'd be up to 9. They would be dead. I don't think I want to risk that, though. Alright, I'm going to recover for 3. Keep Chaos Magic in hand. Maybe I just let him scheme. It's going to be 5, 6, 7... I can reduce it by 1. It's not a hero interrupt. Okay. Yeah, I will stay on Alter Ego, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so he is... This is still 3 here. And then... That's 1 over here. We'll say that... Yeah, we'll treat it as if Blunder was defeated. So he is scheming over here at me for 2. Move the active counter to the villain whose side scheme has the least threat. Done. Scheme for 2. Alright, that's at 7. And then encounter card for me. Escape Convict has Surge. Escape plan. When revealed, you're confused. If you're already confused, pile driver schemes. Perfect. Don't care. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even like ready and draw cards and stuff. Probably isn't gonna matter, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, didn't matter. All right. So I just need to get in here for my turn for 10. I think we got this. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff that doesn't matter. So, oh, I can do this though. Alright, I'm going to discard Inspired and Warp Reality to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Hey, Laser Blaster. Oh, he already has Laser Blaster. Shoot. Okay. Energy and power of leadership for Helicarrier. Helicarrier for magic shield. We're going all in, so we power of leadership laser blaster, giving it to Quicksilver. Okay. Oh, I could have... Oh, I messed up. I should have, instead of playing that stuff that didn't really matter, I should have attacked with Lockjaw, and then paid for Lockjaw again with what I had in hand, and then I could attack again. That would have been the better play. Keep that in mind. Okay, so we're going to... attacks have overkill, so he is going to attack 3 into the escaped convict to hit him for 2 and him for 1. And then he would take 2 damage for 1 in the retaliate, so I'm going to reduce that damage by 3, so he takes none damage. And then... Oh, wait. Those are going to be separate triggers, not taking the damage at the same time, methinks. So he will get nuked. But he got in for 1. So instead... this will end up being the same thing. Alright. Oh, there was one more for boot camp. Keep forgetting about boot camp. Lockjaw's going to get in for 3. And get taken out. What are we at? 5? 6 health. We're going to recover for 3. Yondu's swinging in with ranged. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And then deal a damage afterwards. 5. So 6 damage from Yondu. And then we'll Sky Cycle to ready. And then we're going to thwart for 2, 3. Nah, I don't care about that. Let's attack for another 6. And then flip. And we did it. Huzzah. So Blunder, if you're still watching, we made it on the next turn. Of course, that's just always how it goes. It maybe would have turned out a little bit different with, you know, like another card attack coming at you, discarding a support you control, something along those lines. But either way, we were able to get there on that turn. So that was the Wrecking Crew. It's pretty fun. I guess the biggest downside is you can't modify it really. Like you can have them be the use the B side where they are a little bit stronger. So it's 1 more attack for them, and then like 3 more health per player. But other than that, since we don't use any of the encounter sets or Nemesis cards or anything like that, it does kind of work out to be oftentimes the same kind of thing. But it's still a cool, fun scenario and different enough to keep interest, that's for sure. So yeah, that's going to be it for us tonight then. We will try to be back again soon for more and or Radlands, because Blunder just got Radlands, so we'll be back for some of that in the future. I can't keep boot camp in here, that would not be fair, as much as I want to. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and we will catch you all later. Bye-bye.